Given what's on the line Sunday, is it fair to say that you guys aren't going to give up the games without a fight?
I mean, yeah, I mean we're doing everything that we can to prepare as hard as we can to go out there and execute as well as we can on Sunday. We think we understand as a team what's at stake, but I don't think that's gonna influence anything. It's the next game. It's the biggest game that we have because it's the next one, and all we're trying to focus on is putting together the best game plan that we can against a really good team.
Is there, however, a sense of pride? I mean, of being five-time defending games champions, and it's that whole saying in boxing that you got to knock the champion out. This is their chance to do that.
I mean, yeah, in theory, for sure. At the same time, doesn't guarantee you anything other than making the playoffs. And at the end of the day, that's our main goal is to make the playoffs. And we have an opportunity to put ourselves in a better position with going out there and playing a really hostile environment against a really good team that's playing extremely well right now. And we're just looking forward to the opportunity.
When you look at you guys have lost the turnover battle, I think, 5 times this year, and 3 of them have been on the road, something like that. I don't know if that's the exact number. How important is it to take care of the ball on the road, and what goes into that?
Yeah, I mean, it's the utmost importance, making sure that we're holding on to the football, making good decisions with it. I think what goes into that is making sure that we're practicing extremely well, extremely hard, and whatever plays that we're putting in, we feel comfortable with. Guys know where they're at. I understand where guys are going to be, and ultimately it comes down to me making the best decision for the football team. And when the ball's in my hands, I got to make sure that I'm remembering that.
What lessons can you take from that first game with them?
And again, they're a really good football team. If we go back and we can say we turned it over, I think 3 times that game, which we don't. You're not going to win many football games doing that. So yeah, I mean we got to have all hands on deck, and we're going to need everybody this week.
That when you were younger in your career, he would talk to you about not focusing on the quarterback matchup, that you were playing the other team's defense, not the other quarterback. Do you recall some of those conversations and what you took away from those?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just going out there and executing to my best ability. Obviously, Drake is playing at an extremely high level right now. He's extremely fun to watch. And he's obviously put their team in a really good position and helped get them to where they're at. So we, on the offensive side, can't focus on what their offense is doing, but we have to know that, again, each drive is very important, and points are at a premium, especially against this defense. They're doing a good job of keeping teams to, under 20-ish points throughout the entire season. So, again, it starts with how we're practicing and then going in there and executing as well as we can.
True. 4 of your maybe best statistical games this year have come against the Ravens, the Chiefs, Bengals, and Baker and the Bucs. Those are all elite quarterbacks on the other team. So is there something about those games where you know who the guy is on the other side that you get even extra amped up for?
I don't think so. I mean, I think, again, it's a privilege to go against some of these guys in the NFL and to really even just play in the league, and just making sure that we understand what the other side is capable of. And again, like I said earlier, the points are at a premium, so making sure that we're holding on to the football and not giving their offense short fields, because they're doing a great job with that.
Different ways you've won the past 2 games. Are you getting a sense that you've captured something on offense? I'm not sure if it's identity, but just something.
I mean, I think if we don't turn the ball over, we're pretty good offense. So I think, again, that's of the utmost importance of making sure, again, we're holding on the football, making sure that we're taking advantage of the drills that we have in place and of our ball security drills, and again, just making good decisions and allowing us to have every chance possible to win a football game.
Josh, what do you think of your process with getting to know Brandon Cooks? And I know he hasn't had a chance too much yet, but moving forward, now where are you with that, and how much can he help you maybe down the stretch?
Yeah, I think we're in a really good spot. He works his tail off at practice, and he's obviously been around the league for a very long time. And it's no mistake You can tell by his habits of why he's been around the league and played at such a high level for such a long time. And it's no different here. He's been a true professional. He's always in the wide receiver room in the playbook, and then when we come out to practice, he's freaking flying around. So, I feel very, very good, and I think comfort was just going to continue to grow.
He was the last guy down on the touchdown run, too.
Yeah, blocking. Yeah, he's again, he just does everything the right way, and we're just happy to have him here.
Amongst the receivers there with Cooks, but Shavers has seemed to set the example really all year for that. Just as his teammate and the journey that he's been on and the role that he's kind of carved out for himself here, what's it been like for you to watch a guy like that have success?
It's so awesome. Again, I know I said this after, I'm not sure which game, but the game that he had a nice little game for himself, and he's earned every opportunity that he's gotten, and he's taken advantage of a lot of those opportunities. And again, the willingness to go in there and block and not really get much of the credit, but you see him, on that Khalil touchdown, celebrate like he just scored, right? Like it just means so much to him. You can feel the love that he has for his teammates, and you just continue to root for a guy like that.
Josh, your earlier matchup with the Patriots for this team, how do you feel like this group has progressed since then? It was early October, now a couple months later. How do you feel like this team is kind of matured?
Our side or their side? Our side. Again, I think we've been put in a lot of different positions. We've learned a lot. Again, I think you learn more from the losses, and we feel like we've kind of been battle tested in a sense. But at the end of the day, it comes down to who executes better on game day. It doesn't matter what plays are called, and I think we have this mindset of it's not the plays, it's the players, and to go out there and play for each other, and again, just put our best foot forward and give everything we got for each other.
Some veteran quarterbacks kind of took you under their wing and mentored you. How much have you enjoyed being able to kind of pay that forward and do that to some of the younger guys?
I wouldn't sit here and say that I've done it to a lot of guys. I wouldn't even sit here and say I've mentored Drake. It's just we've been around each other, and most of the time we weren't even talking football. It was just kind of life stuff, and but any opportunity I can to help somebody, I'm willing to do that.
Josh, just on Drake, can you guys your perspective on just the consistency of his play so early in his career? I think he's obviously talented, but to be able to deliver that as consistently as he has in your head too.
Yeah, he's playing like a veteran quarterback. He's seeing things extremely well. He plays at a great pace. Looks like things have slowed down for him, which again we hate to see that, right? But I'm happy for how well he's playing because he's a great human being on top of being a football player, and we just gotta find a way to win on Sunday.
How did you establish that relationship?
Same agents, so we've just kind of been around the same spots, and
Seems like you've been showing emotion the last 4 weeks. I know you don't think probably about your reaction, but in the Tampa Bay game, the Pittsburgh game, and then last week, is that just coming out natural, or is that the time of the year and feeling that that's what your team needs to kind of spark and show more emotion?
No, it's just kind of natural, just kind of flow of the game, and just going out there and just trying to compete.
When you heard that Philip Rivers was coming back, he was the last player who played on against you back 5 years ago. Just your thoughts? Were you surprised?
A little surprised, but again, Philip's one of the greatest to ever play the game. He's an unbelievable football player, smart as any quarterback really to play in this league, and we'll see how it works out. I'm rooting for him though because he's again another great human being.
Josh, I know Jenna asked about how this team has progressed since last time we played the Patriots. Is there anything specific about how this offense has progressed? Do you feel like you guys have taken steps, or is there anything you've improved on specifically in that time frame?
I think we're getting a lot of people involved in the pass game, and it's no secret away games we have to be better in the pass game. That starts with me. So again, finding easier completions, and especially early in the game, maybe taking some stuff underneath if it's there, and just trying to again stay on task, stay in front of the sticks, and end every drive in a kick.
Is there a lesson to be learned that you can take away, knowing the rivalry you had with Kansas City for so long, that they are on the brink of, they could be eliminated? score this weekend. Is there any lesson you'd like to take from that, seeing how they've struggled this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just it doesn't really matter what you did last year or the year before. Every year, this league is different, and you need to play your best every week to give yourself a chance. And you know, I've been around long enough to understand though they're gonna find a way to give it everything that they got, and you know, you can't count them out till they're out.